Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great and yourself?
Sleepy.
Mm,
It's been a crazy week, but probably nothing compared to yours. But it's been a crazy, crazy week, and yeah. And I know it's a lot going. It seemed like there's just so much going on this whole weekend. Like, why does everybody want to pack everything into Mother's Day weekend? Why? Why? Like, you can't do it all. There are 51 other weeks in the year. Why everything got to be packed into this weekend? I don't understand.
and
But here,
before we move on, I just want to
yes,
say
sir.
happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers who are listening.
Yes, happy Mother's Day. See, I normally do it at the end. He likes to get it at the
Oh,
beginning. You no no no. Do
I'm
you?
yeah,
That's what we yin and yang. We yin and yang. Exactly. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Since I brought up all things Mother's Day. Okay. Well, let's get this party started, shall we? We are at the top of the hour. And welcome to our Saturday morning tea, where we discuss health information, news, education, certification tips, and entrepreneurship. You know, all the things, the revenue cycle at large. Healthcare revenue cycle. Let me be specific because some other folks might have revenue cycles out there in the world and looking at us like, well, you're not talking about what we know. No, healthcare. So as you come in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up or like button. I'm Clarice Warner. I'm the Girl with the Pearls, the founder and senior education director of the Professional Reimbursement Network, LLC, where coding education is key. And PRN is a healthcare compliance consultancy located in Cincinnati, Ohio, that specializes in revenue cycle and regulatory compliance and education. Now, let me ask you, yes, do you know what it takes to be a certified marketable medical coder? Well, before I introduce my co host, let me share with you information on a free email course on the 5 steps to become a certified marketable medical coder. Are you interested in medical coding, but not sure where to start and scared of wasting time and resources? Let me help you with the right steps to become a certified marketable medical coder. Learn more at bit.ly/5stepscoder. Oh, it gets me every time. That's my baby. That's the very first commercial I ever made, wrote,
oh,
put together. That's my baby. It's a little old. I think she's about 5, 6 years old, but that's my baby. Always have been, always will be. All right. So if you are interested in getting more information about the 5 steps to become a certified marketable medical coder, check out the video description for the link. So joining me today is my illustrious co-host, Mr. Jesse, the registered trademark. Put some respect on his name, the coding nurse. Sir, introduce yourself and tell the folks all about you.
good morning, everybody. My name is Jesse. I live in Philadelphia. I have been in healthcare for 3 decades, and I'm hearing. I
I hear echo too.
I think is it better now?
I still
Hopefully,
hear it. Are you got two things going at the same time?
no. I'm just on Streamyard. I
Oh.
do hear it. I don't know why. Hmm. Wait a minute. Let me. Is it my monitor speaker? Uh, I think. Oh, I hear it.
As soon as you talk. Now, do you hear echo when I talk?
No.
Mm.
So it must be on my end. Wait a minute.
While you going through that, let's see. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, T-Sit fam. Good morning, Tanika. Good morning, Renita. No, we can't hear you at all now, sir.
I muted StreamYard and I didn't hear any, and I
Well,
hear
I
it
hear you.
right. So, and I turned up the.
You got some headphones? Good. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Yes, happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Tanika. Uh, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all. Hey, Renita. Oh, that was between y'all. See. Good morning, Vicky.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, and you don't hear the echo?
No,
Okay, well, because I
I
put in
don't.
my earpiece. All right.
Okay.
So my
You a
name is
little low though, at least
oh
in my ear, but it might just be me.
oh no. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, I got okay.
Good morning, crafty
All right.
coder.
Is that
Oh,
better?
wait. There you go. Yes.
All right. So my name is Jesse. I hear it now still.
Oh, goodness. Say it again. Say something.
How about? Oh,
We don't hear anything now.
you. I think I have. I found. I think I found it.
The jingle's still in my head. Sorry.
I'm back through the earpiece again, but I think there. I need to mute my monitor volume
Is that
because
what it is?
I think, but I'm not even using it. But it must be still picking it up. Hold
Is
on.
that what's coming out as the speaker, like in your StreamYard settings? Is that one of them coming out as the?
Oops. Hold on. Hold on. Settings.
Yeah, we heard you earlier. It was
Yeah.
no echo, but it was low.
Um, reduce mic background noise. Let's check that and see. Oh, MacBook Pro. Let me AirPod. Can you hear me?
Yes. Ooh, and you real loud in my ear. Yes.
Oh,
No, you
all
find
right.
this on me because I got you all the way to the top because I could barely hear you.
Okay, so now I don't hear any echo.
We good. Let's roll.
All right. Look, all right. So my name is Jesse. I live in Philadelphia. I've been in healthcare for 3 decades. And oh shit, shoot, I hear it again. All right. So in 2014, I transitioned away from the bedside into HIM. During the pandemic, I created a company, the Coding Nurse LLC, where I help nurses and other people in healthcare with a clinical background transition away from the bedside into the wonderful world of HIM.
I don't hear it. It's just on your ear. I don't hear
Yeah, okay, well that's good if nobody else hears
it. You all alone with that one.
it.
Uh, well, other than the technical challenges this morning, how is that working out for you?
It is it's great.
See, girl, you have no idea. She called you the IT coding nerd. You have
Yeah.
no idea. No idea. All right, all right. So I think we said hello and good morning to everybody who has jumped on. Um, if you're in the space, feel free to hit that chat and say good morning. Good morning. You can also tell us if you got some tea. What kind of tea you drinking on? You know, I'm triple bagged today. I got all kinds of stuff
Uh-oh.
in this. Yeah. I told you I'm sleepy. I got all kinds of stuff in. And the crazy part is they're all caffeine free.
Oh Lord.
I'm- all of them. So, but I just love the taste of them. So, okay, anyway. Um, so before we jump in, let me remind you that you can join in and add to the conversation. Don't be shy. This is all about getting to know you and your opinions on the topics that we bring each week. And so your opinion is welcomed and it matters right here in this space. I hate to say it because it's now a buzzword. This is a safe space. Whether you're with us or if we share the same opinion or not, you can still feel free to share here. Because either way, we're going to have fun with it. One thing
Right.
we're going to do is have some fun with it. So if you have a question, make sure you put a Q first so that we know it's an actual question for us and we don't miss it. So for those who are joining us or watching the replay, welcome. And today we are talking about another attack. So, and another one. This stuff right here. Woo. But first, let us get into our church announcements. You know, last week I didn't show my fan. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like I need my hat. Be coming in with a
Or
church
one of
hat.
those doilies.
Yes, yes. All right. So, well, first church announcement is I got a new toy. Let me show you. So my daughter, she tried to do this for my birthday, but she messed it up. But she completed it last night, and I see it over here next to me. So here is a new toy that I got.
Oh, that is pretty.
Yes. But look how big it is. So can you imagine?
Yeah.
Look, 3 people can probably get tea out of this. So this is my new little toy. You know, I have a lot of artsy folks in my family. The creatives, I birthed a lot of creatives. Let me just say that. So I love it. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. Okay. The other announcement is some of you know, I sit on a couple of boards here locally and statewide. But one of my favorites is Black Women Cultivating Change. And they are a force to be reckoned with here in the Cincinnati area. But trust and believe, we come in for everybody. We come in for the state and we come in nationally. But last night, they had their screening of a documentary. They wrote and created, our executive director partnered with the Black Nurse Network here locally and created a documentary, and it's called Breaking the Silence, a Black Nurse documentary. And when I tell you, we had a packed theater. There were 200 or so folks in attendance. This documentary was deep. When I tell you it was deep, some of the stuff I didn't even know. I think, Mr. Jesse, one year, maybe it was last year during Black History Month, and I think you were giving us information on figures that impacted Black history, and I think you talked about the first nurse. Yes.
Yes.
So one of the things that they talked about. Wait a minute. I got distracted. That's cup ain't for tea. That's a salad bowl. And I love a good salad too. So you might be right. Okay. One of the things that they talked about is that in their education, never, ever, 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 ever was it mentioned about the first Black nurse. Everything was surrounding Florence Nightingale. So you had, not only were you provided the information about who she was and what she did, but then like the awards would be the Nightingale Award for this or the Nightingale Award for that, but nothing around. And I'm drawing a blank of her name.
Mary C. Cole.
Thank you. The first Black nurse. So the thing was, it, it's really good. They talked about not only the disparities that that we see in healthcare for patients and the care that they receive, particularly those of us of color who really are looking for oftentimes someone that looks like them, someone who can relate to them. And so having a nurse that looks like you or can have shared experiences actually helps in their treatment and recovery. They also talked about some of the things that they experience as a nurse working in that. Like, did you know that a lot of them have experienced where someone didn't want them to be their nurse because of the color of their skin? They were often asked, well, are you the housekeeper? Are you the what was the other one that they said that they would ask them? Are you the aide? And it was like, I have a master's of nursing. No, ma'am, no, sir. And the ages of the nurses who participated, they ranged from, someone who was in her early 20s just coming out of school to, they had a lady there who was 90, I think she was 90 years old, and talked about her experiences. And the crazy part is some of the stuff that she mentioned is still happening today. I was like, oh my God. The big takeaway that I got was how the disparities that occur and the inequities that occur in the education portion of becoming a nurse. Oftentimes they mentioned how they were told, you should go to a junior college. You should just be an LPN. You don't need to go to school and get, your higher level nursing degree. Should you be here? And it made them even question themselves. Am I smart enough? Am I good enough? Should I, continue? Should I go on? And so one of the things that they talked about was, finding your community, finding your tribe, finding people who can help you rise and help you get through some of these areas. There is a huge shortage of nurse educators who are people of color. It's hard to come by. You don't see a lot of them, particularly in higher education. You may see them in like the community college area or the 2-year colleges or something like that, but you don't see a lot of them in higher education. And I was introduced to an educator at one of our local colleges, and she was like, you really have to have a passion for educating, because there's no money in it. You don't get paid as an educator at the college level. You get your money on the floor. You get your money, actually providing the skill and service of nursing. But all of that to say that it was an excellent evening. It was great to make history, because this was like a history groundbreaking thing to hear these perspectives from these women. And then all while I was sitting there, I'm like, but this is not just for nurses. These experiences are actually something that happened to probably any person of color in healthcare, and maybe even any person of color in any industry that they're in. So it was really refreshing to hear the stories, but then also hear some of the solution to those things, and how we can get together, and the groups and organizations that have began as a result of the things that folks felt, and actually just having this voice and this platform to just speak out and speak on it, spill that whole tea and tell it what it was. I had no idea. I had heard some of the things, but one of the nurses, she was an older seasoned nurse, and she said when she was in school, she had wrote a care plan. And she's like, I spent a lot of time. I was so proud. Everything was everything. I turned it in and I received a failing grade. And she couldn't understand why, whatever. So she had a friend who wasn't a person of color. And she was like, she had already knew the work that she did. She knew she had done an excellent job. And she was like, they did their own little experiment. So she had her put her name on it and turn the same paper in. Did she get an A whole A, which sparked all kinds of drama for that college, and it was a big to do after all of that. Like, well, why is it okay for when her name is on it? It's an excellent paper. I mean, she got all kinds of kudos and remarks. But I get a failing grade when my name is on it. And so I was like, oh my God. So like I said, it was a great experience. Time had by all. They want to put this show on the road. So if I hear or anything where their next stop is nationally, I will definitely let y'all know so y'all can take a look at it. It was the bomb though. It was thebomb.com. Mr. Jesse, you have any church announcements today?
No, I don't.
Yeah, she said, educators everywhere need more money. Most truly do it as a passion. Yeah, you actually really have to love what you do, because them coins that they be throwing in. You are welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, it was very eye-opening. I was like, oh my goodness. But excellent. It was nice to see. And I'll put in the Patreon, I'll put some pictures. And let me just tell you, so I didn't sit in the audience watching it. I sat in the booth. So I was learning, right? I was learning how you do the film. Wait a minute. I'm sitting there with my paper like, oh, this how you do this. I want to be like Mr. Jesse when I grow up. I said, oh, this how you do this. And this is the board right here. And this how you turn up this. Okay. Yeah, it was all good. So when you see me, well, I do already have some film credits because I've done some things, but if you see me with some on the national screen with a film credit, y'all heard it first here. All right. That's some dream talk.
The girl with the pearls at the Sundance Festival.
Whoa, see, from your mouth to God's ears, you better say that. All right, y'all. So audience members, is there anybody out here? Y'all got any church announcements? If not, we will let the tea spilling begin. Okay. Ooh, so today, this week, it wasn't a whole lot. At least I didn't run into a whole lot because I was busy. Let me just say that I was busy. So I didn't get to read all emails that I normally do. But I did see this information about a new attack. But first, we talked about last week the CEO of United Health Group and his testimony at the congressional hearings that he had. And there were two of them, I believe, that he had to give testimony at, talking about Change Health and the February 21st attack. Now, the couple things that I just wanted to bring up that I still did not know. Like I said, it seems like stuff is just trickling out every week, something else. They waited, was it 9 days before they told us so? So they knew, that somebody saw something in their system, and they didn't say a word. They didn't tell anybody for 9 days.
Well, they probably thought they could contain it.
And the law folks, you know how they be lawing. They noted that United Health Group did not report the hack publicly until 9 days after it occurred. Do you know how much damage could be done in 24 hours, let alone 9 days? 9 days. But yeah, he is on the hot seat still, regarding all of this. And I also saw there's a petition going on because, so we talked about we're putting together kind of a loan for these providers in order to get their money. But guess where some of that loan money coming from? They're reaching out to patients, and they're what are they? I don't know if it's necessarily balanced billing, but they're doing something to patients, or causing certain claims to be denied for various reasons that normally they wouldn't deny them for, and which is becoming a hardship and a burden on patients. And so I was in a Facebook group yesterday, and they were asking folks to, if you have any of these stories, they're collecting all of these stories of where they're now seeing patients are. So not only are these patients' information leaked out on the dark web, but now they're trying to also hit them in the pocket for something that, again, had nothing to do with them, beyond their control. And so they're gathering information and possibly will pursue this further, either at Congress or at the congressional level, or maybe in a lawsuit level. But yeah, and I'll find the link to that petition, and I'll put it in the description. It'll be in the YouTube description if you want to see more information about that. Mr. Jesse, you have anything to add to this?
This is just the nightmare that will never end for them.
Right.
So I'm telling you, like, they need to be broken up.
You said it. Because at the rate they're going, I mean, it's just more and more and more and more, and it's like,
and it's never good.
It's never good because it's not. You didn't get in front of this. All of this is what happened after the fact, and you're reacting to it, and the way in which you reacted doesn't bode well with ultimately your customer, your patients. And it's a bad look.
Very.
It's a bad look. I think not only, like you mentioned, more stuff will be continuing to come out, but I think I don't believe that this one is going to die down lightly. I think there will probably be some additional fines and stuff that may occur as it relates to this, because it's like it feels like they were intentional in not doing what they did. They were intentional in not protecting. They were intentional and stuff. So yeah.
Because what I'm also not hearing, I'm not hearing anything about what they're doing. I haven't seen any commercials. I haven't seen any videos about, how, like, after a breach, they offer people like credit monitoring, or
Yeah, we talked
you
about
can
that last week.
you can contact this number, or are they mailing out instructions to people? Like, I'm not hearing anything like that.
And have you really heard an apology? Like, I'm sorry. My bad. I mean, I think the quote unquote apology to the provider is, we'll give you this loan, but what about to the patient? Like, my bad. We messed up something. Yeah, they just trying to stand 10 toes down. Like, da 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 da. No. Somewhere, somehow, something went wrong, and you need to be responsible and accountable.
But yet and still, Congress is trying to shut down TikTok with these people breaching all kinds of information and not having two-factor authentication.
Make it make sense. So then the other attack was Ascension. And that attack happened on the 8th. Ascension is, I think, is it the largest Catholic hospital system? Um, it may be the fourth largest system nationally, but it's a big one.
Is it? I thought it was Bon Secours because they everywhere.
No, Ascension is bigger than them.
Oh wow.
Well, they grew coming together with Mercy, but I think Ascension still has more
Oh okay.
facilities than they do. Um, the cyber attack um, is being called a ransomware incident. So they, his sources said, oh, and this is from Becker's Health IT, Naomi Diaz. She be all over this stuff, don't she? It's called Black Basta. Is those sources said that the type of ransomware is called Black Basta, which in a May 10th report from the Health Information Sharing and Analysis Center is warning healthcare organizations about. So they're telling you now, this is out here, be on the lookout. And so Ascension reported that they saw some unusual activity on their network that looked to them like a cybersecurity incident. And on May 9th, the organization confirmed it as such. What happened was it caused Ascension's EHR, MyChart, and some phone systems to be unavailable, with employees and operations resorting to downtime procedures. It said they were working around the clock with internal and external advisors to investigate, contain, and restore our systems following a thorough validation and screening process. Their investigation and restoration work will take time to complete, and we do not have a timeline for completion. Ascension has 134,000 employees, 35,000 affiliated providers, and 140 hospitals across 19 states and DC. Ascension Becker's reached out to Ascension and will update if more information becomes available. And so this was 15 hours ago. I heard something about like they had there was attack with their emergency services. Um, Something about their ambulances or something. Yeah, had something to do with their ambulances, rerouting, or something with their whole emergency services. Which I was like, that's a mess. That's a whole
Well, can I
mess.
can I tell you this might sound funny, but I really do believe it. The answer to all there is a 13, 14-year-old boy somewhere who has been writing code since he was 7
Mm-hmm.
that has the answer to shut all this down. And the reason why I say that, because when I was taking my data analyst class, the data scientist who taught it, he's been in IT forever. And he told the story about 10 years ago. You know what when apps first started becoming a thing, there was
Mm-hmm.
some they found some teenage boy who could do something that I guess none of them could do. Show them something they paid him $200 an hour.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, that's somewhere out there. Look, they need to put out an ad because I'm telling you, it's a little boy somewhere with bad acne and glasses that can fix all of this
I cannot
because they
with you
can.
with the bad acne and glasses. We'll be on a computer like day in
Yes.
and day out. Wow. Wow. Yes. Um, Also, as a result of all of this, the Biden administration plans to introduce cybersecurity mandates for hospitals, and they will give free training to smaller facilities They want to put together some minimum cybersecurity standards for all hospitals. And these would particularly go to all organizations that receive Medicare or Medicaid funding, and would be followed by a public comment period. Yeah, like I said, they also plan to give free training to. They're looking for a way to stop this somehow, some way, short of knocking door to door looking for that little kid with the glasses and
But you know what though? But I'm just I got to get on my soapbox for about a good 2 minutes because
come
I'm just
on.
so I'm just so
Let me
sick
get my tea.
of of people, and when I say I'm just so sick of people who don't look like us being able to f up tremendously, and nobody's ever held accountable. I'm sorry, somebody needs to go to jail because it was a decision not to
Mm-hmm.
protect people's information, a
Mm-hmm.
decision. So if your decision has caused this kind of pain and has caused this kind of disruption in the healthcare system, you need to be held accountable for it.
That's right. And you still working too? Like you still got a job, you still making all the money, doing all the things. Tanika says right, right. You are absolutely correct, sir. Because let that CEO or had been a person of color. Y'all saw what happened to that Harvard lady. Y'all saw what happened to me. Really, really. Such is life. Such is life. So I'm just, this was just a kind of a warning for folks. Um, Follow what's happening in the news as it relates to these cybersecurity attacks. Be on the lookout for, I think, everybody. I don't know too many hospital organizations that do not receive Medicare or Medicaid funding. So be on the lookout for these cybersecurity mandates and put it to play. Well, first of all, they're going to be a public comment period. So once you receive those proposed mandates, make sure you take a look at those, read them, have your IT people or those decision makers around that IT space involved, and comment if there's some things that you think could be better or things that you don't like within that information. Make sure that you guys comment. That's how you can get some things done or get your opinion out there. So be on the lookout for that. It's coming. But as they put together these mandates, you still gonna have your hackers back here doing whatever they do. So be on the lookout for that as well.
I'm telling you that they better find Dexter or Daria Potter.
Because they coming. They coming. Um, and the crazy part is, I wonder why now. I mean, because we've had these systems for a minute. So what's going on that makes this time? Why are we so vulnerable at this time? I mean, I know why is this is the time that they felt the need to go ahead and attack? Because, like I said, we've been having these apps and electronic systems for years now. So I'm just curious to know. I mean, I don't need a hacker to call me, but why now?
Right.
Look, I don't need no hacker in my system, but why now? I can't. I don't need them kind of problems. I don't need them at all.
Oh, you know,
Wait a
now
minute.
that's something.
Look, Renita said overpopulation of offshore. Okay, okay. We got money. Okay, okay. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Dun dun dun. Call it out. That's interesting. That is it. Yeah, yeah. Because now this that they have access. They have access. Being offshore and providing that information, they do have access. Yes. Yes.
But they'll never say that because they want to continue to maximize profit
Exactly. So it
while
still ties in together with the money.
while leaving everybody else vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Interesting. All righty. Well, that's really all I have for today. Like I said, it was a slow week for me. I've been busy. I had a um um we had a unannounced Medicaid visit for one of my clients, which went really really well. But
Oh, good.
we didn't know what to expect. We was like, oh, really? Which we're at the beginning of enrollment, and we got the thing like unannounced site visit. I said, oh, well, wait a minute, hello, but it was cool. It was cool.
Hey, that's a prime example of when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Hello, 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 and we had
Well,
all the things were there. We had all the things. So
good. No,
yeah.
well,
Oh yeah,
honestly,
this is the truth too, women, and they are just not in
mm,
India and China. I told y'all that too. That when they talk about
mhm.
offshore, and they talking Canada and Mexico, even though they right here connected. Yes, yes, yes.
and Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ireland, Switzerland, all over, all over, all over. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were about to say
No,
something.
my my session this week is so much. I don't even know where to start. All I can just say is it was an amazing learning experience for me. Just
Yes.
into and it tied into what you were saying about the program with the nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And I will share this. Then we're gonna have to go to Patreon for like the real.
All right. All right. Meeting after the meeting.
So so um, the first day they had all kind of there were a lot of connectivity issues because they're used to using Teams. So
I do
I
not
was
like
using a
teams.
web.
Am I the only
Me
one?
neither.
I don't. I'm not a fan at all. But go ahead.
So everybody else that I've ever sent the WebEx link to, they're able to get on. But and I get it. Like when you have these um, state systems and these larger systems, they have a lot of unique things that you might have to. And so they basically had to enable a certain audio device on their computer because it wasn't the default,
Mm.
and they didn't know how to do that. And of course, so anyway, that's for the meeting after the meeting too. But so to save time, I ended up switching over to Teams for Tuesday through Thursday. So on Monday, I didn't. So we got started like about almost like 45 minutes late. So I didn't do the intro. I didn't do so. M- Monday there were a lot of questions, about indirectly about me. Then Tuesday, so I knew what it was. I knew what was going on. I mean, oh, okay. I gotta let them know. So Tuesday morning, when we were on Teams, people were able to log in, so they had more questions. So I
About
had
you?
already, yes, I'd
They
already
want to know who
prepared a,
this man.
I'd already prepared a slide, and I put every credential I have in big letters.
That took up the slide, didn't it? Because well, you got the alphabet soup.
I used, was it 2 or 3 lines, centered, and
Oh my God.
the question stopped, but the
You're like, don't
attitude
come for me
changed.
unless I come for you. Don't come for me.
But the attitude changed. Then I was like, well, do you really know? So it was really, really, really interesting.
Okay. I can't wait till the meeting after the meeting. Ooh. Ah, that's a little tea. That's a little T. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, and one more, and they always have, there's always one. I called it Karen. When I tell you, I shut her down verbally because I had to interrupt her. I'm like, I got this. And then two, I wore her out with that code book. Oh, you want to play games? You don't know who the F I am. And I tell you, I do this for real.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I wore her out.
Like, let me clear my throat. Ow. Or my favorite, let me introduce myself. My name is,
Yeah.
oh, yes. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Was she real quiet at the end?
Oh, hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because then, so I tell you, it's a whole lot. So it's going to be even more on Patreon. So the first day, you know how like when you have, well, my Ahima will give, when they give you the workbooks, they also give you the answer. They get the answer
Mm-hmm.
key.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want to know is whenever you have attended training and they have workbooks, does the workbook include the answer key?
It shouldn't.
Thank you.
You're trying to learn. You're trying to
Her, this one, and somebody else the first day asked if they were going to get the answer key. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I said, we'll have to talk about that later. So first of all, this is the first day, and we have to do questions from.
can we do some work?
So that wasn't good enough. She wrote that Monday. She wrote the program analyst or the contracting officer and the deputy of the department
For the answer key?
and said that I made it sound like I wasn't going to give it up. I wasn't going to supply them. So how are they going to know how they, what they are doing? Which questions they get wrong when they use the book. So first of all, so I got a call like soon as class was over on Monday, and I'm like, well, first of all, it's the first
Oh
day.
my God.
So what they don't know, see, plus it's just a whole lot. So now they not getting ish. You hear me? It's not happening.
Oh my God. We are so close to the top of the hour. I know. I can't wait. It's going to be lit up over at the Patreon. Oh my God. Woo. Woo. That's crazy. I don't know why people be trying you. Help me
You know why.
understand. Well, I
You
do
know
know.
why.
I do. I do. But they don't
Then
even be knowing who they trying. Stop playing.
so the contracting officer had the link too, so she was listening in, and she was like, she's not a coder, and I get it, like this is her job to make sure everything's going smoothly, and
Exactly.
she even called me. She was like, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to tell you what to do. She said, I just want to listen and see how things are going. So she was, and her assessments was on point. Like she saw it for what it was, and she was like, "Well, I'm just concerned because there's one person who's not getting it." I said, "Oh, no, no, no." I said, "There's more than one person who's not getting it, but she's the only one who's willing to admit she's not getting it."
Right.
So
Well,
basically, go ahead.
no, no, no. Go ahead.
So basically, I had to change my entire assessment that I was going to give them. I had to change almost every question because I told her, I said, if I gave them the assessment I want to give them, only probably one person would pay us.
Oh my God. They tried it, didn't they? They tried it. Good
And then
morning,
I,
Tanya. Wait a minute, hold on. Good morning,
okay.
Tanya. You can find the information to the Patreon in the description, on the YouTube description. You can actually click it there, or you can see it here, patreon.com/Clarice Warner, the girl with the pearls. And feel free to come on over and join us on the Patreon.
Definitely.
Oh, I do need to send y'all link too, don't I? You'll find the Patreon link in our usual in the usual post. Wow.
And also for the meeting after the meeting, everybody feel free to click the link and come on and join the conversation.
Oh, that's gonna even be better. Yeah, I'll make sure you get. Y'all, let's come on in the room. Come on in the room. Oh my God. Well, speaking of the Patreon, did you know by becoming a member or a Patreon of our program here at the Professional Reimbursement Network, LLC, you're joining a community of individuals who share a deep appreciation for the intricacies of healthcare revenue cycle. Did you know that? Here's what you can expect as a valued patron and a member of the Tea Sippers. Yes, we are the Tea Sippers over there because we get the real hot piping tea. And if you like iced tea, you can get some of that too. Exclusive healthcare insights. You can gain access to in-depth articles, webinars, and resources covering the latest healthcare trends, compliance updates, and revenue cycle best practices. But that's not all. We also discuss entrepreneurship. And so we've discovered that we have folks who are actually exploring what that looks like for their skill set and in their space. So we provide information on that as well. Also, be the first to receive expert insights and guides, ensuring you stay ahead in this ever-changing, ever-evolving healthcare industry. Also, personalized support. You can enjoy direct access to our team of experts for guidance on medical coding, compliance issues, and revenue cycle management. We are here to answer your questions and support your professional growth. We had a whole session last week. It felt like a prayer meeting. We had a whole session. What did you call me? Somebody Jakes.
Oh, Sarita.
Sarita. I had become Sarita Jakes all in one session. So join a private community of healthcare professionals where you can network, share experiences, and collaborate on finding solutions to common challenges. By supporting us on Patreon, you're not only advancing your healthcare knowledge and career, but also contributing to the success of the Professional Reimbursement Network, LLC, a resource that empowers healthcare professionals like you to thrive in their roles. So thank you for considering becoming a patron. Check out the link in the description of the video. Your support means the world to us, and we look forward to helping you excel in the world of health information. Wasn't that cute? That's a whole
Yes.
commercial. That's a whole commercial. I need to be putting that together on a video. That'll be next. All right, y'all. So, Mr. Jesse, did you have any other comments before we end our show today?
I have to hold everything else until we get a Patreon because I'm telling you,
oh my God,
it is
I'm gonna have to
going
get some
to
more
be.
tea. I swear.
Yes, it is going to be lit. It's gonna be worth the listen.
Like it's the intro for me. All right. Yay. Well, thank you. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for the Saturday morning tea or checking out the replay. Was the tea spilled today? One way or the other, there was some tea spilled. I think hopefully we'll have I'm looking for some other topics for this coming week. So hopefully we'll have a better news cycle. I think it's a Mother's Day graduation thing. So everybody busy and preoccupied in that. But I will definitely be on the lookout to get some more. And if push come to shove and shove come to push, I will pull out a handy dandy code book and we'll dive into a code book. How about that? How about that? Anyway, if this information was valuable for you, help us share this message with others by sharing the video and subscribing to the channel. Be sure to follow us for More information and all things health information, compliance, revenue cycle, medical coding, entrepreneurship, all the things where all the tea is spilled. And as you leave out, don't forget to hit the thumbs up or like button. We need the engagement to get this in front of other eyes like you. Also, check out the Coding Nurse channel on YouTube. Y'all think he's dropping gems over here. There are gems that are spilled over there, even though, he's talking directly to his customer, those nurses. But there are still some gems for us all. So this has been a great session today, I think. Mr. Jesse, do you have any parting words for us as we go into executive session?
No, I just want to, say once again, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day,
Yeah.
everybody.
None of us would
Yes.
be here without you all.
Amen. Ain't it? Amen. You know me and mom. I asked my mom, I said, well, you wanna go out somewhere? Well, you got these dresses in here. I said, well, you gonna pick a dress? Well, I know you're gonna pick something for me. I said, yeah, I'll make you all nice and cute. Let's go. So we gonna do I found a restaurant that I have been dying to go to that I was like, well, why not go? I found out they having a Mother's Day something. So we gonna dress it up. I might even put on my little hat. I gotta figure out how to put this ball down, but might put my little hat on and strut our stuff. So yeah. Well, you are welcome. You are welcome. Well, again, this has been a great session. I'll see you over all of our Patreon, our tea sippers in the meeting after the meeting. Check the Patreon for the link. I'll put both the link to come in the room and the link to view us on YouTube. So thank you all for joining. And remember, be safe, be kind, and don't wish for it, work for it. Until next time, take care and have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day.